Okay, now that you know about It Ends With Us, what allegedly happened behind the scenes, now that you know about the rhythm section, are you willing to listen, possibly allegedly, about Age of Adeline? Are you even ready? Remember this? Remember producer Steve Golin sues Lakeshore over Harrison Ford pick Adeline. Do you remember this? Long time ago, like on Reddit, I saw like this, and it said, sleuths, were Ryan and Blake involved in stealing, allegedly, Age of Adeline from its creator, Steve Golin? And this is like from user Jesse and Max. Okay? I noticed the above comment of one of, like, in Kirsty Flaw's video. Jesse and Max put that, they said, they commented they stole Age of Adeline from Steve Golin, and they took the movie from Steve just like they did with Justin. Steve sued them and settled discreetly before he died. And this is all alleged. I noticed the above comment on one of Flaw's video. So I did a quick Google search. Apparently, Oscar-winning producer Steve Golin created and worked on Age of Adeline for 10 years, but was fired without a cause when the movie was finally being made. He sued, and it does appear that the suit was settled. He alleges that Lakeshore Entertainment and LLC and Doe defendants stole his movie. His years of work, his pay, his 20 to 30% of the back end, his connections, and his influence by a clause in the contract that he alleges he never knew was in the contract. This is basically all I know, and I don't have time for the next few days to look more connections between Lakeshore Entertainment LLC and Lively Reynolds. It does show suspiciously similar what they tried to do to Justin, Baldoni, and Wayfair. I will be looking at the LLC. Does it happen to have Eric Binder as the agent? Or anybody working for ML Management? I don't know. It could be. We don't know. But there's something I do know. My. There is one thing that keeps getting scrubbed from the internet like this. One thing that keeps... the reason why I deleted my Reddit account and had to reopen a new one, why I was being harassed, I think, besides some other things that I was, like the Bansham and stuff like that, there was something that I was talking about that nobody else was talking about, and that is Constantino Basile. Dude from, like, he was a Los Angeles student at the Los Angeles Film School, and basically they were using his homework. We'll get to the allegations. It was on TMC like in 2014, maybe 2011, I don't know, long time ago. Okay, it has to do with Adeline. Watch. He was suing. Okay, this dude was suing, like right there you can see like Harrison Ford and Blake Lively. As of 2024, did you even see that? No. Why? Because it's super hush hush. And who else is being sued? TMC, Sony, Harrison Ford, Nancy Pelosi. I mean, Chris Rock? What? I mean, he did go way out there. I gotta admit that. Gotta admit. Who the frick is this dude? Okay, remember in 2014, June 2014, and this was in Entertainment Tonight and the next day too. Men in Black 3 student sues for $2 billion. Studio stole my homework. Constantino Basile says his script ideas were so good they were used in 3 Hollywood movies. It's spoofed by Steven Spielberg in the classic SNL short Lasercat 7, according to a lawsuit obtained by TMC. In fact, Constantino Basile says his script ideas were so good that they were used in 3 big Hollywood movies. Okay, Basile claims he submitted his stories, The World of Jupiter and Crisis on Jupiter, as assignments for a class at Los Angeles Film School back in 2011. In the docs, Basile tells that a teacher at the school sold his work to Hollywood film writers who incorporated various elements of the stories into movies, included, Men in Black 3, Prometheus, and Elysium. Bad news for Basile. Those films weren't exactly hailed by critics, but Lasercat 7 was pretty darn funny. I'm gonna just give you a quick background. So, the pro se plaintiff Constantino Basile sued more than 30 defendants, including Los Angeles Film School, alleging they stole his class project, stole his ideas, and conspired to deprive him of intellectual property rights. This was Basile's sixth lawsuit in 6 years, premised on the same core theory and substantially similar allegations. Basile asserted claims under RICO, civil rights statutes, the Copyright Act, state torts, contributory infringement, defamation, recklessness, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and conspiracy. The district court dismissed the action with prejudice, blah, blah, blah. So basically, right now, because he's sued over, I don't know how many times, maybe seven times, they call him a vexatious litigant, and immediately shut him down no matter what he does, even if he has a case or not. They don't want to hear him. I mean, here's the thing, I get it. This sounded super intensely crazy to me back in the day, and that was before a lot of information came out. What does that have to do with Age of Adeline? Well, it just so happened that he was actually suing Harrison Ford as well. It has to do with his lines or whatever that he feels that was stolen and used on Age of Adeline. How curious that they're involving Blake Lively. Why does she have to do with this, right? And why all these government people, that might have to do something with Shapiro? I mean, it says, besides alleging that the moving defendants have conspired to steal his copyrighted work and profit from it, Basile also alleges that he has been kidnapped, drugged, hospitalized, and threatened as part of the conspiracy. I mean, it's not like Sarowitz wasn't threatened. It's not like Kirsty Flaw wasn't threatened. It's not like the fire just happened to start, at Sorowitz's house, last year or whatever, whenever that happened. We didn't have California fire, just a coincidence. At the same time that, there's this, Wikipedia guy, Clear Friend A, sending threats to Kirsty Flaw, going I just so happens that my friend, taking me seriously because my friends happen to have connections or, be something, having to do something with, national disasters in California. Just act of God. Who knows? I'm not going to even go into that. You can go read all that. So because of all his lawsuits are identical, and he's going pro se and he doesn't really have help, whatever, they're just dismissing every time and going no, he's a vexation, litigator, litigant or whatever. I mean, he has RICO level complaints, and it involves somehow allegedly Blake Lively and Harrison Ford. Regarding I'm thinking if those two are put together, it has something to do with Age of Adeline, in my opinion. And so they dismissed Sony, Amblin, NBC Universal. There's a lot of in Southwest Airlines, Mitchell, whatever, they got dismissed. And every time that I posted a Reddit last year about this, before I deleted my account, people were tracking me days and months after I posted, trying to convince me that Constantino Basile was crazy, telling me he had a brain injury, telling me all kind of stuff. And I was like, dude, he can't, if he has a brain injury, how is he suing over and over pro se? The dedication of this man, he won't give up. Why? That's all I'm asking. All alleged in my imagination, apparently, my opinion. Really weird, right? Really, really weird. I don't know, what does anything have to do with anything? I don't know. Super coincidences. Super crazy coincidences.